This
Jenkins
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so Jenkins master setup, slave, sonar, Nexus, Tomcat. Okay, so all the servers. First, let's take Jenkins master. So same key, Sam, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So Jenkins is just a mediator, guys. It helps us manage the Okay, so something example, guys. In previous days, if you see to pay any power bill or maybe internet bill or maybe water bill, so we used to go first somewhere power station nearby station. There we used to pay. That too immediately it won't affect, right? So the money he will give a receipt to us. So then after he will go to again maybe somewhere he will update into the sheet or else update into the system. Right, that is what we used to do in previous days. So nowadays, anybody doing like that, guys? In real time, in personal life, nobody is doing. So we have some applications to do that work. Okay, your work is simple. Open that application, give your service number or maybe your ID something and payment amount. Automatically, it's updating, guys. You no need to go anywhere to do that stuff. Same concept, guys. In real time also. Here Jenkins is just an automator. Maybe it's a platform. It is helping us, okay, to automate things. Okay, it is helping us to automate the things, guys, whenever it is required. So here already those commands, what to do, when to do, where to do, how to connect, all the things we will already integrate. That is what a DevOps admin role, guys. So DevOps admin role is just a setup this Jenkins master. So here example, Sam is developer. Okay, so then example, Sanat is application team. Okay, example, Harish is database guy. Okay, so then after maybe Amar is system admin. In previous days, I'm talking about, maybe nowadays also, system admin, guys. So this many teams we may have. Okay, so first of all, this is GitHub repository. And this is a developer system. Okay, his laptop, or maybe let's take one more system. This is a developer laptop. Developer used to connect to this putty session, and from here he used to pull and push the data to GitHub repository. So then after, so maybe somewhere here itself we may have maven application. So guys, maven application, he used to run those. So example, developer. So what is development task? So guys, developer build an application. So create code plus build an application, build an app plus. So maybe you may have sonar separate mission, Nexus separate mission. So already those also may be integrated with maven. So guys, I showed you already how to integrate with maven. So somewhere maven XML file will be there, settings.xml file. In that file, you can integrate this URL. So this sonar URL, Nexus URL, and pom.xml, you can give your repository URL. Okay, so that this sonar and Nexus will be integrated with maven. So here build an application, check quality, then upload into Nexus. So all these command he used to do. Okay, all these things he used to do manually every time. Whenever he updated some code, it can be one file or maybe set of files. Every time he used to do all these things manually, guys. Maybe that command he has to run from here once he committed the code. So then after he will call to application guy. Maybe he will inform to application guy over the call, over the chat, over the maybe messenger. So depends. Now application guy. So the example, this is application laptop. Okay, and this is application maybe server. So this is Sonnet laptop. Okay, so this is Tomcat server example. So now what he has to do, where is my application? Here in this server, my application is there. So again, Sonnet has to connect to this box over the putty session. And maybe he will copy the command, he will copy the artifact to this Linux box again via SCP. Yesterday I showed you how to copy from one Linux to another Linux. So SCP command he copied. So after copying the things to here, again your Sonnet has to log into this box. So guys, sometimes after copying the application here, that version, latest version, he has to do. That's what, right? That's what we are doing. Okay, so first I'm showing manually what I am doing, what I am automating, I'm showing you. So now Sonnet has to connect to this application server. Once he got the application, something related to this version, sometimes he may need some again configuration, some settings. Okay, what settings means related to that application. Again, sometimes example, Harish is a database guy. So after like Sanat work done, okay, so maybe so he will inform to Harish also. Harish is a database guy. This is Harish laptop. Now Harish will connect to database, maybe to write down some queries related to this latest version, some database related commands. Okay, so example, he will connect to via putty session. Again, he may run some quality, maybe some queries related to this. So he will update the database. Now finally, once everything done, so they will open the verify the console, the browser, the Tomcat, and they will check it whether it's working or not. That latest version working or not. So this is what, guys, we used to do manually. So see here, this is developer laptop. This is Sonnet laptop. This is Harish laptop. In between, if you have any other team involved here, they also should log into the respective servers manually. But definitely, it may take some time. Example, developer, when he informed to application guy, he might be busy with other works. See, he cannot immediately jump on your work, right? So because application guy already have existing setup, existing development servers, quality servers, production servers. Definitely he may have busy with other works, not only your work, right? This is one of the work only, whatever I am showing you. So he may already working on existing setup, existing configuration. He may have some issues. He may not jump immediately to your work. So until all these tasks completed, your developer has to wait. Guys, in previous days, because all this is a chain task, one job, maybe one. So if you complete all this, then only one chain completed. So then only developer can again do the next commit. Otherwise, he cannot proceed further. So this is a challenge in previous time-taking process. Dependency is there between one team to another team. Okay, so that is where Jenkins comes into picture, guys. Jenkins is just a platform where all this instruction, once developer logged into, maybe committed something, what are the things he is doing? Which team performing which task? Maybe what applications? So these are applications here. If you see, these are application. Again, this also. All these four. Some example I am showing, guys. It can be any other application. Okay, so what exactly involved here? You should understand first. As a DevOps engineer, that is your task, guys. So this is one of the chain tasks. So you may have number of chain tasks like this. Number of maybe day-to-day routine tasks. So you will take one by one, guys. The example first, this one. So what teams involved here? What are the teams involving here, guys? Application team, database team, system admin, developer. 4 teams involved. 3 teams involved here. So what applications involved here? Sonar, Nexus, database, your application, Tomcat, right? So 4 servers involved here. Again, one more maven server also. 5 servers involved here. So how they are connecting from their laptop to these applications to do the respective tasks? From where to where they are doing which task? That is what you have to understand. How they are doing manually. Now, from this box, so from this point of view, you have to do the same task and respective task, respective server. That is your first responsibility. You have to understand what exactly they are doing from their laptop to do the task, to complete the task, on which server, on which laptop, maybe on which application they are doing the work. Okay, that one you have to take one by one steps, guys. Okay, here first this development server you have to pick. So maybe, guys, here this if you implement Jenkins, I think this box you'll come to know. So maybe I'll so just guys, don't interrupt me. If you have any questions, you can ask me at the end of the class. Okay, just let me continue. Okay, so here, guys, this maven you may not need for developer. So developer directly can work from his laptop to GitHub. So guys, in Windows box also, I can clone the repository. There are multiple tools. Git Bash is there. Visual Studio is there. So many tools available for Windows also. Here also I can clone it. Most of the developer will work to work on this GitHub or GitLab, maybe the competitor, from his laptop only. He may not need this Linux box to develop the code until unless some dependency is there. Most of the time, he will work from his laptop only. Okay, so here, so guys, as a like a DevOps admin, what I have to understand first, let's build this Jenkins box, Jenkins master for automation purpose, but to automate all these tasks. Let me complete. So first I'm installing Jenkins application, guys, Jenkins master. So compulsory Java required, guys, first. So today I will take little extra time, guys, if required. I don't know how much time it may take to complete this. First Java I'm installing because Java is the prerequisite. So guys, Jenkins I can install in multiple ways, guys, not in a single way. So what I showed is one way, by installing RPM, that Jenkins RPM. So apart from that, there is another way also, guys. Jenkins var file also you will get. Okay, this is interview question also. How to install, how you will manage Jenkins, how you will install Jenkins. There are 2 ways, guys. One way is so I'm installing first way. This is the most commonly used. So apart from that, there is one more way also, guys. If you see in the maybe home page, See guys, var file. So how once you download, simple, no need to download. Copy link address, wget. So I can download this way also, guys. This var file I can download by using Java. You can start Jenkins. So both the ways you can do, guys. I'm not taking that. I'm taking by installing Jenkins only. Systemctl start Jenkins. So enable will make that Jenkins application even after after reboots also. Okay, it's running. Okay, so let me make hostname Jenkins master. So for identification purpose. Okay, good. So now let me access Jenkins master. Sorry. So initially, so there will be admin user already. Username itself admin. So we have to use that username password. So from this path. Only first time. So then it will ask suggested plugins. Select plugins. Your wish, guys. You can go with this also if you have already something in mind. But best practice is this one. So guys, without plugins, you cannot see anything in Jenkins. Everything blank only. No options you can see. So I'm going with install suggested plugins. Okay, so let it be completed. So now this task is done, guys. Now this task is done. Okay, so now what to do? Your developer, let's take one by one, guys. Your developer committing, example, no, maybe that point of time this not required, guys. It's your wish based on your project, your developer comfortable convenience. If you need this one, this box, and you will build an maybe pull the latest code here and push the latest code to GitHub, or else from his laptop also, only he can do. So here our interference is not required. Our Jenkins interference is not required. Okay, on top of this step at any cost, right? So I nothing to do here. After committing, what is my role? Building an application, or else maybe quality check first, right? So actually your developer is doing that. Now how to integrate that maven? So maven is compulsory, guys, to build an application, to check the quality, or to upload the into Nexus. Compulsory maven required. So where to install maven? So it's our wish. So from where you want to run your job? So guys, actually we can run from here itself. So we can take this as a mediator and we can integrate all these things to Jenkins, but it's your wish. So for safer side, so I can integrate one more machine here as a slave machine. So what is the purpose of slave machine, guys? Slave machine will reduce the load on top of master, because guys, this is one job only. Like this, there are different teams doing different tasks daily, in daily basis, in frequently. Okay, so everything if you run on from here only to connect to these servers, okay, so their respective server, definitely your master will be down. You need a huge size, guys. It's not a best practice. If master down because of out of memory, out of CPU, your other jobs also impacted. Again, you have to do manually. Then what is the point of having CI/CD, guys? Okay, so that's where for every maybe environment, example development environment, not only this job, this is one job only. So you may have other jobs also, maybe taking backups or maybe set up. So again, guys, don't worry, your application teams will let you know that what kind of routine tasks they are doing. Okay, so we'll go one by one. So here, to reduce the load on master, so I'm implementing slave master. Okay, slave configuration. So one more Linux box I'm taking. So I don't want to like maybe stress. Okay, so I don't want to give more stress on top of this master. Only this master I want to use just to trigger the job. That's it. Okay, so here I will implement a slave concept. What is slave, guys? Slave is to reduce the load, to share the load from master. First thing. Again, you can isolate the jobs based on the environment, like dev jobs on dev server, QA jobs on QA server, production job on production server, something like that. So two advantages here. So, but how to connect? Again, from Jenkins to this box, how you will connect to trigger the job? Okay, so example, this is kind of your laptop now, guys. Earlier, if you don't have slave, this is kind of your laptop. Application laptop, this only. Database laptop, this only. Developer laptop, also this only. If the slave concept not there. From here only, you have to find out how to connect to the respective applications to do the task. Earlier, application teams, they used to do manually. They used to connect maybe by providing username, URL, SSH. That is based on the application. Now, this is in place of these three people laptop. These three people manual effort, we implemented this one. Now, I want to implement a slave machine to reduce the load here. I don't want to do directly here. So, how to connect to this box from this Jenkins automation? I don't want to do manual again. So, that's where, guys, we can connect slave machine in different ways. So one of the popular method is, so both are Linux boxes only. So guys, from one Linux box to another Linux box, we can use SSH mechanism. Same guys, from Windows also you are using a SSH mechanism only to log in. Now, how I logged into Linux box, guys? Via putty session. So how you are using putty? It will, so basically, example, guys, this is my Windows, sorry, Linux box, which is there in my data center or else in AWS data center. This is laptop. Here, I have Putty application, guys. What is Putty? Basically, Putty is a client application, guys, which uses SSH protocol. In Linux box also, you have SSH application running, guys. By default, it will be installed on any Linux box because of this service running only. So guys, whenever I give IP address in this putty session and the key, it will connect to this Linux box because of this SSH application, guys. So from Windows to Linux, you need SSH application. But from Linux to Linux, you don't need any putty application, guys. Directly from here itself, I can run like this. SSH, that IP address of slave or maybe one more Linux machine. So here I need SSH mechanism. First, let me log into this slave machine. So I need steps here. So I'm configuring. I'm setting up automation to log in from Jenkins master to slave machine. Okay. So always remember, guys, your Jenkins master jobs will be triggered. It doesn't matter, guys, which user you logged in. Okay, let me complete this setup. So I'm creating Amar as an admin user, guys. Okay, your wish. Skip and continue as admin means you will get admin user itself. or else I'm making Amar as admin user. Okay, so done. My master is ready. So guys, don't think that you logged in as Amar. If you trigger a job, so it will be triggered as Amarinder user. Maybe Jenkins application you're managing with Amarinder user here. But the thing is, guys, always your job, when you trigger a job in Jenkins machine, it will be triggered with Jenkins user, guys. Remember that. In master, by default, that job will be triggered. Maybe you clicked on, you logged in with Amarinder user, but your job never trigger with Amarinder user, guys. Maybe Sam user. Remember that. Don't think that Amar triggered, so job triggering. So because guys, compulsory, this is application user, Amarinder. Okay, what it will do means it will connect to my Jenkins application, guys. Sorry, Jenkins that master server first. It doesn't matter where your job is running, either slave or master. It's a secondary case, guys. So whenever you trigger a job, remember that your job compulsory will connect to your putties, your Linux box via SSH with the Jenkins user, guys. Remember that. Okay, so obviously once my job triggered, it will connect to my Jenkins. So example, guys, this is my Jenkins application running on top of my Linux box. Okay, you are connecting from your browser here. So same application, you are connecting from this browser. So when I trigger a job, so it will connect, it has to connect to this Linux box only, where my Jenkins running, where my job running. So it doesn't matter, even slave machine you're running your job also, first it will connect to your Jenkins master by using SSH with Jenkins user, guys. That is automation, that is the by default configuration. Okay, first it will connect to your Jenkins master server itself by using Jenkins user, your application. Okay, for example, this is my browser here. So I triggered a job. It doesn't matter, automatically my job triggered. So your application will connect to first this Linux box via SSH with the Jenkins user. Now, as per the job configuration, where my job should be triggered? My slave machine. So it will check the configuration, SSH configuration. So that is what I am doing now. So my master should be with Jenkins user now. The configuration I have to maintain with Jenkins user. So, but somehow I cannot use directly first. Why? Because guys, this Jenkins user automatically created by Jenkins application here. So it doesn't have any shell by default. You cannot log in this user by using manually in backend. So guys, there will be interactive session, non-interactive session. So some behalf of you, some application connecting to your server, that is called as non-interactive session. You are connecting to this Linux box manually like this, su-jenkins, or maybe by using putty session, manually you are connecting. That is called as interactive session. So interactive session always need shell prompt. See, shell is not there. I am assigning the shell. Now you should be able to log into Jenkins slave. So I'm trying to connect to my slave machine. Definitely it won't take initially. Why? Because guys, by default there is no mechanism allowed. So there is something like enabled, disabled from your Linux box, right? So okay, so this is also one Linux box, right? Slave machine also. Now I have to do some settings. SSH. So guys, here I'm unable to do SSH. So in slave machine, I'm doing some configuration now. Here, two things I have to modify in slave machine. Permit root login, yes. Okay, password authentication, yes. So SSH is also one of the application. So I have to restart it whenever I change something. Now you should be able to log in. So I'm sorry, I did not set any password. Let me set password. Okay. I should be able to log in my slave machine. See? So man, I tested. It's working successfully. When I do master from master Jenkins user to slave machine root user, I should be able to log in. See? How you're logging from Windows putty session to your Linux box, the same way from one Linux machine to one more Linux machine, I can log in like this. Okay, it's working. So one setup is done. Now from console end, go to here, Jenkins, manage nodes. By default, it will show only master. New node, something whatever it might be. So example, this is the development job. Development purpose, I want to add it. So development slave machine dev. So root. So for workspace guys, where do you you want to clone your repository, clone your data every time, that latest data. Okay, it can be any directory guys, whatever the user you are giving here. Okay, so that user. So guys, see, three options you have. Launch agent by connecting it to the master, launch agent via execution of command on the master, launch agent via SSH. So this is the best method. So what I am saying, I want to connect to my slave machine via SSH. Okay, so I'm configuring slave machine. So label also I am giving dev server, something like that. Okay, so now this credential. Sure wish guys. Example, your master and slave both are in same network. You can use private IP address also. So I'm using private IP address. Maybe here also let me try with private IP address. I tried SSH with public that time. I'm trying with private IP address also. Okay, good. You're able to log in. So here also, I'm using my private IP address. Your wish, guys. You can go with public also. Best practice is private. Add credentials for this slave machine. How to connect to this slave user root credentials. Slave root. Okay, so select it. Good. You're done. So here one more thing I missed it guys. You need Java also compulsory because Jenkins will do some Java related operations here. So in slave machine compulsory you need Java application. Then only it works. Okay, so you're done. Save it. It should show without gas mark. So launch agent. So wait. Is it done? Not yet done. You can see why it is offline. See guys, Java not found. So it's still installing, right? Let it be wait. It should launch it. Yeah, it should work now. See, your agent done. So I added my slave machine, one of the machine. Okay, so via what I am saying, so connect this machine via SSH. I configured successfully. Your master is able to connect. That's what this mission. Now let's build a normal job. Create a job. We'll see one by one. So maybe first sample job, freestyle job. Okay. So if you need description, you can give description, your wish. So by default, this option won't be there if it is a maybe only master available. So it's your wish. If you don't select this option, it will connect to one of it's whatever it available, master or slave. But first priority is master. So let me take dev. I want to trigger from slave mission, not from. Okay, so good. Now GitHub repository. Where your developer committing your code always. Okay, so this is one of the sample code, guys. It can be any other things, your wish. So ID automatically it will come, don't worry. Here why it is failing, because always remember, guys, git so basically your master is doing git pull, right? Sorry, git pull SCM. So in master compulsory git should be there. That is first thing. And second thing, in slave machine also, every time whenever your job triggered in slave machine, your code should be pulled. So here compulsory slave machine also I need git. It can be your branch, whatever the branch you need. Okay, so based on for future I am creating poll SCM to trigger every to poll my GitHub repository every time, every minute. So here build step. So for Windows, this one, guys. If your slave machine or master machine, okay, so it's Windows, then you have to select this one. If it is Linux machine, I have to select this one. So shell. So what is my task here, guys? So why when job triggered, first step is git pull. So git is already installed here. Okay. Second thing is this sonar quality or maybe Nexus quality or building application. So let's take building application. So for that purpose, what I need here, guys? Maven server. Maven application I need. Let me go ahead and install Maven also. Then build step, git pull step, you no need to write here, guys, because by default, so when so this SCM step will take care of that. Okay, you no need to write git pull step, git clone step. So direct to second step only. What is the second step? Building application. So we used to do manually that time. Now you no need to do. As I told you, Maven has multiple life cycles. So what are those, guys? Maven has multiple life cycles. What are those? Validate, compile, test, package, verify, install, deploy. So this many life cycles or goals, stages, anything you can say. Okay, available. Okay, so here you don't worry about this. Which life cycle I have to take. So developer will give that. So whatever he is doing, I will take. Right? It's not your responsibility which life cycle you want to use. So most probably it would be packaged because I need an application. I want to build an application. So let me save it. So for the first time, it will trigger automatically. Now what is happening, guys? So your Jenkins will connect to that first Jenkins master. Jenkins application will connect to Jenkins master first. Okay. So via SSH by using Jenkins user. Now it will read the job configuration. Okay. What job configuration? First step is to connect. So I want to run my job on slave machine, right? So you want to connect SSH. So it will try to connect SSH by using root user. Because the slave machine I given a clearly instruction in slave configuration. So use SSH communication with root credentials. So it will connect to this machine. Now here it will pull the clone. It will clone the repository first step. Okay. Now onwards, what is the next step? Building up. As per my build step, so building that application. So that is what it is doing now. Yeah, it's done. See, if you log into your slave machine now, what is the workspace, guys? /root workspace, your job name. See here, guys, I got latest code. So now onwards, if you do anything, so now onwards, guys, whenever a developer connected to GitHub and did something, immediately same concept. My Jenkins application will come to know that same will happen. My Jenkins application always will verify this sonar, right? Sorry, GitHub. So my application will trigger the job. So it will connect to my master by Jenkins command, Jenkins user. Okay, so it will read the configuration and it will go to, so as part of my job, it will connect to slave machine by using SSH and git pull happen here. So then after maven build happen here. So see my code under maven always will create a target folder where you are running your job. See my var file. So whenever he did some changes, same thing happen every time. Here latest application you will get. So guys, this is what CA we used to call. CA means taking the latest code, creating an application with latest code. CA, continuous integration. CA stands for. Okay. So next thing. So maybe your developer has to run quality of the code also. Okay, so I'm uploading this artifact into Nexus also. How to configure? Now let's configure Nexus also. All these one-time tasks, guys. Not every day you won't do the same things. Okay, so just a one-time task. First time only you have to understand what exactly they are doing. You have to configure how to connect to this application. So because where your job is running, your job is, I'm going to install SonarQube. So for development purpose, I'm going to install one Sonar. Let me log in. Sonar is one of the third-party provider, guys. So what he developed means he did some R&D. So for different languages like Java, Python, okay, so different languages. So what are the best practices? Which kind of code I should not use? Which kind of combinations I should not use? So all those things he defined. He is developer, that SonarQube developer vendor. So prepared the best practices. So he created some rules, set of rules. Okay, if you use some these rules, if you don't follow these rules, you may get some issues later point of time. It is a bug, it is a vulnerability, something like that. Already he defined. Already if someone worked for you, then why should I maybe again get into trouble, guys? Yes or no? I don't want to do R&D again. So what kind of rules what kind of combinations I should not use, something like that. I don't need to worry about that. My application to make secure my code. So already some best practices are there. So I can directly follow the best practices. So Sonar. Creating a user. SonarQube. So which machine it is? 18. Okay, good. So let me name it. So creating one folder. CD to that folder. Install wget if it is not available. So wget is to download any content from website. So some Sonar zip file I'm downloading. So guys, maybe you can try with RPM package also. SonarQube RPM package also. Somewhere in apt SonarQube directory I'm downloading it. If you can find it out, let me try with SonarQube application RPM also. I'm not sure I ever tried it. Not there. apt install. You can try in that way also if something RPM package available. The best practice is RPM only, guys, because if you download any zip file, guys, you may not basically when you install with RPM, what will happen, guys? RPM is a bundle, it's not a single file. Okay, it will be extracted. It's kind of zip file, guys, again. But your M will take care, it will send the respective file to the respective folder. Like etc configuration setting file, it will go to etc folder. Commands, it will go to bin folder. Again, libraries, it will go to lib folder. But zip file, example, guys, I downloaded zip file under apt SonarQube folder. So everything will be available here only. Your commands, everything will won't work out. Sonar command won't work out now because so guys, always remember if your commands available in /bin folder, then only your commands will work. Otherwise, you have to do some extra step. Even service file also, guys, you won't get by default if you download with zip file. You have to create, then only your service file will work. Okay, so best practice is RPM package only, but it seems for Sonar RPM not there. So I installed unzip command and I'm unzipping my zip that SonarQube server. It's taking some time. Okay, so unzip done. So guys, so when you unzip done, this one you received. I'm deleting the unzip that zip file. Why unnecessarily 2, right? So I unzipped it. So so guys, actually someone maybe somewhere I posted this command. This command not working. SonarQube not like a invalid user. What does that mean? SonarQube user you did not create it. Without having that user, you are trying to make ownership for this folder. How it is possible? You have to make sure that this user available. You should have this user as well as this folder also. Then only this command will work. Guys, ch1 is a basic command to change the ownership. You should know that, guys. Basics, without basic, you cannot understand DevOps. It's a general Linux command. So guys, don't feel whenever I said something, I'm not naming anybody. So it's your responsibility, guys. Here you are here to learn the things, not for time pass purpose. If you are unable to understand, you have to spend more time. I'm giving even multiple batches chance to you guys. You have to spend time, then only you will get you can understand. So database I'm installing. Okay. Now why database required for sonar? Because so sonar always generate the reports about your quality. Okay, your database ready, guys. Now connect to our database. So database server. In a single server, I can create any number of. So you can use any password. So first time. So I'm creating a database, guys. Now inside database server. So SonarQube database I'm creating. These are database commands, guys, not Linux commands. So you should get like this. Make sure that you copy pasted correctly. So here simple, guys, what I am doing, I created a SonarQube database. I'm creating SonarQube user with some password. You can change, replace these values, guys. Username this one, password this one. Let it be. Again, it's your wish. Whatever password you need, you can set that. I don't want to touch those. That's the reason I'm copy pasting directly. Your wish. Now exit from your database. Okay, good. Now, so properties. So in SonarQube properties, so guys, here two things you have. In the same server, you have SonarQube installed, and so next the data bus also installed. So in SonarQube properties, you have to inform. You have to tell that this is my reports. Please generate and store my reports in database. That is what I am doing here. These are those values only. My database username, my URL. Okay, so which port I want to use. So guys, by default, remember any application will read that application configuration file always. Okay, in that configuration file only, you will have that port information. Which port? By default, it will be the respective folder. Every application has its own port number. That folder, that port information available in that configuration file only, guys. If something you don't want to use default port number, you can change it here. It will read always configuration file only to access that port number, to access that application. Okay, so by default, Sonar Nexus port number is 9000. I'm using the same thing. Okay, done. Now see guys, the last option is he is adding the service, SonarQube service. Why? Because install your application.
Amar, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Suppose if it is dev application, we are deploying dev application, and in AWS for dev application, we will give port number, right? So that is same port number as SonarQube.
Maybe your question is not valid. Come again.
No, actually, suppose there is a dev application, otherwise production application. That student.var whatever is deployed, its port number is some 8500. Suppose. So
Wait.
Yeah.
It's based on application name, not based on environment. The port numbers are always based on application. So it doesn't matter which environment it is. For development, for QA, for production, it doesn't matter. So here SonarQube means 9000 by default. If you don't want to use 9000 port number for this server, so go open that configuration file, change the port number.
Okay. So separate port number for SonarQube, no dependency.
No, not at all. Every application has its own port number, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Every application has its own port number. There is no dependency with the port numbers at any cost.
Okay.
It's not based on the environment. It's based on the application. So which application you are running. Okay. So SonarQube is running. Now let me try to access it. Meanwhile, tomorrow also I would like to have class, guys, but not 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30. 7 o'clock is fine. Okay, guys. So tomorrow 7 p.m. AST. Any chance will you be able to make it morning, guys? 8:30? I don't think so. We'll make it same 7 p.m. AST, guys. Is that okay for you? Tomorrow also.
Okay, Amar.
Okay.
Okay, Amar.
Okay, so if any, I will let you know. But I want to make it 7 p.m. IST for this batch.
Amar, if possible, morning time, can you do that?
I don't think so. Some people are from maybe Europe.
Okay. Yeah, okay. If possible.
I don't think so. Some people are from. So, guys, how many are from Europe countries? Anybody?
Amar, myself, Veena, I'm from Sweden, so I'm not able to connect morning.
Let's make it 7 p.m. only then. Okay? 7 p.m. AST tomorrow also.
Thank you, Amar.
So, yeah, your SonarQube ready now. So now, as I told you, your SonarQube have to integrate where maven is there. You can do in multiple ways, guys. You can integrate here and inform to your slave machine, or else directly also you can integrate with sonar maven. So anyways, if you just Google it, guys, how to integrate sonar with Jenkins, how to integrate sonar with maven, you'll get number of answers. Okay, so anyway you can do it. So I'm showing how to integrate sonar with Jenkins. Go to manage Jenkins. First, if you go to configure system, guys, as I told you, for any application integration, you don't have. So let me search with Jenkins. Sorry. This application not there. So you have to install the plugin, guys, compulsory. What is plugin, guys? So plugin is an add-on for that for any application integration with Jenkins. Okay. So SonarQube Sonar one thing. So one more thing is Nexus also. Nexus platform. Okay. So this one also two things I'm installing. So done. Now let's go to Jenkins, manage Jenkins, configure system. Yeah, so this option available. Add SonarQube. So in which URL you're connecting to sonar, that information. Sorry, name I can give anything. Sonar. So credentials, actually it's not taking somehow. It seems some plugin problem. So I want to save this. So I can add credentials from directly here also, manage Jenkins. Credentials from here also I can add my credentials. See, already you can see 2 credentials for root and GitHub. As I told you, so SonarQube won't allow third-party applications to use to log into. There is some setting actually, guys. So I don't want to do any setting now. Sonar generate. You can use this for save this for maybe future purpose, guys, because it's clearly saying you won't be able to see it again. Okay, one-time thing. So secret sonar token. Okay, good. The same thing. Go to configure, manage Jenkins, configure system. So sonar. Here add the token. Actually, here itself I should be able to add, but somehow some plugin problem, I think so. You're unable to log in. So I added in different way and I selected here. Save it. Okay, good. Now go here. So here I integrated with Jenkins, not with my slave machine. So to my maven I have to inform. So sonar is there already here in Jenkins machine. That integration happened. So go here. Go to configure. So come down. Go to build steps. Here, SonarQube environment. Okay. Come down. Maybe you can add first command. Sonar colon sonar. Okay. Save it. So it will check the quality. So let it wait. So first time you can build yourself. If everything goes well, so on top of this, it will check the quality of your code also. Okay, you're done. See, quality also done. First command done, both second. If you go to sonar, see guys, your project report, it will generate like this, guys.
Your voice is not audible.
Every time, here only. See, 7 bucks available, 17. Again, it's a developer task, guys, not our task. Triggers, bugs and all. There will be option called quality gates, guys, in sonar. What is quality gates means? Condition. How many bugs allowed? Maybe 100% nobody can do that, guys. 100% without bugs. So there might be some threshold value. 90% should, again, out of all the code, 90% code should be maybe valid, quality one. 10%, 5 based on criticality, guys. Okay, so here it seems 7 bucks allowed. So that's where it's showing parts. Let me see what exactly these bugs. Again, it's a developer task, guys. So don't worry. If it is passed means you won't do anything. If it is failed, guys, actually in my job, I given 2 build steps. So 2 build steps, guys. Example, this task failed. It won't go to the second task, guys. It won't go to second task. It will be failed here itself. When this job will be failed, if sonar something you cross the threshold value. So if you cross the quality gates. So guys, what is quality gates means? Something, see. So like some warning. So when like what kind of maybe metric you should not try. It should be less than 80%. See. It should be, so there actually by default you don't have much rules, but your developer can create his own quality gates, but only 5 allowed. Maybe vulnerabilities only 5 allowed, like that he can mention. If that number cross, job will be failed automatically. Your sonar will fail the job. So your developer has to log into sonar by using his user. Guys, no admin, actually nobody will use this admin user. So there is an option called administration. So what we will do means we'll create a users for each user, developer something with permissions, what permission he need. Okay, so he will log into sonar with his user once the build trigger. If it is failed because of this sonar, okay, he will check it. See here, 7 bucks. Let's see what are those 7 bucks. See guys, this is sample code, guys. Maybe in real time also, so it's clearly it will show you which file it is. See, src something. This file has some bug. It's their responsibility. See, use try with resources. Maybe the syntax correct, guys. That is the reason even I'm able to build an application. This is sonar is not for syntax, guys. It is for quality check. Quality is different, syntax is different. See, it's clearly he mentioned. Don't go with something. This is the rule. So your developer will go ahead and change this if something job is failed. Okay, so this is what sonar will do. Example, let's see 710. Yes.
Sorry, Amar. Yeah, actually we can add our own rules also, right?
Exactly, you can. So by default, if you have some rules, see how many rules you have. Java has 528. Definitely, you can add your own rules also, guys. Based on your project, you may have your own standards also. Already, these are the default one. You can add your own also. It's your wish. Again, that is also not your responsibility, guys. It's developer responsibility. Okay, so it's the only integration is your responsibility. Remaining everything's developer responsibility only. Okay, now sonar done. So next thing, Nexus. Again, guys, Nexus is it's an optional. It's not every time, every project, every job not required. So Nexus is kind of a repository. It's a secure repository. It's kind of a locker, guys. Whatever the application you build here, you can upload here. So you just build this one, right? WAR file. Every build, whenever you build a trigger, whenever you trigger a job, you'll get one WAR file. This WAR file you can upload it to Nexus every time for future purpose, guys. That is not for compulsory. Depends. There is a competitor called JFrog, guys, for Nexus. Okay, you can use that also to upload your artifacts. So day to day, your developer committing something. Actually, it's not a completed code, guys. But still, why you are doing this? So instead of doing it end of the maybe application, whole development completed. So if you do it like immediately, you will come to know that, guys, what's wrong, what's going on. Something goes wrong also, you can immediately reply, maybe resolve it. If something, example, you don't have this sonar right away, so again you're not doing all these things, what happened? You're simply keep on developing. You will build an application, you will check it, that's it. You don't know what's going on, how that application performing. Okay, so something, whole application after development you see, so like there's a huge changes required if something wrong. Okay, so that's where you are implementing all this stuff. So now let's implement Nexus. Again, Nexus is a third-party application. It's kind of a locker. So someone pinged me, what is the difference between Git and maybe Nexus? So guys, Git is a version control. So there everything, whatever you are doing changes, whatever the who did what. Okay, so when he did, what changes he did into that code. those things and all you can make it. Branching concept you can make it. But whereas Nexus only it will allow to store securely. That's it. You can securely access that repository, maybe download and upload. That's it. It's kind of locker. Nothing. You cannot do anything to modify and all. You cannot use Nexus. Only it's kind of a locker, safe locker. Apart from that, nothing else you cannot do. So next thing, Nexus. So guys, at least here you are getting some notes. I meant to say, so how to install something. But in real time, once you start working on your projects, who will provide these notes? You have to find it out, how to install, how to integrate. You may have some different application which you ever worked on in previous organization. So you have to do R&D. What is that application? How to integrate with your Jenkins? How they are connecting? They may connect from a browser. You have to find out how to make it automation, command lines. Those things are your responsibility. So that's where I'm giving this task to do. It's not like I can make it within a 1 day. All these things installation. It's not a big deal for me. But why I'm asking you guys? But you are not doing. It's not good, guys. Even if I can share my screen and show all these things, it won't take this much time. I can make it within 2 months itself, guys. 1.5 months itself, I can complete my course. But I'm taking 3 months almost to complete the course. Don't have any concern about timings actually. So nothing new. I downloaded Nexus. I unzipped it. I created a new user. So changing permissions. So you may get new version here. See, it's 2.19. So I change completely to SonarQube. So guys, why I'm changing ownerships here to Nexus means, so always remember some application you have to run with those application users only. Okay, so that's where I changed the ownerships to respective user. So have you opened 8081 port number, Sam?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Nexus also working. As I told you, Nexus is a kind of locker, guys. Here already you have some set of repositories. admin123 is the password, username password, guys. Okay, so if you go to repository, so all these are repositories only, guys. So majorly for Maven, we'll use these two. So release is the final product. Day to day, we don't use release repository. It will be available in release branch only. Okay, so here snapshot only we'll use. This is the URL for snapshot. Copy this. Now how to integrate? So again, guys, here itself I can integrate. Manage Jenkins, configure system. So here itself I can integrate, guys. If you just see, here I have the information. So I can integrate with Jenkins, but I'm showing in different way. Okay, second way. So go to your repository. So go to your pom.xml. So Maven will read this file only, right? So here only I'm updating my repository URL. So this one not required because either that either this you should maintain. So okay, done. Here if you see, guys, you don't have credential information. Only some ID is there, some URL is there. Which repository you want to use? That information. So go to Maven. So because here from here only you're uploading to Nexus, right? So in maven.xml file will be there. Settings.xml file will be there. In that we'll add the credentials. So this is the file. Somewhere servers will be there. So under that you have to add the information.
Amar, what is the purpose of Nexus?
It's just to store your artifact. So every time your application guy building this artifact, right? That var file.
Yes.
To store
okay.
the file. We can store that var file. Otherwise, example. So every day, what developer will do? Developer will keep on changing the code in GitHub repository. Okay. Example, you have multiple times. At some point of time, you got some working code and you are able to build an application, but still you want to do something extra. So you will keep on develop the code again, even though the code is working something, some shape you got. Okay, so you still complete maybe like this, continuing your work. So again, to get that build, whatever the var file I generated in that work point of time, again you have to rebuild the application. You have to maybe create a tag, and from that tag you have to build a tag like your that var file and all. It's a time-based process. So instead of that, every time if I make it this var file into Nexus, it will be like safer side. I can use it later point of time if required. It's just for safer side. That every version, every application version, if you store here, it's kind of late. Maybe if whenever required, I can use that particular build var file. That's it. Okay.
Actually, we used to get in office mails from Nexus server, some server regarding servers. So like that.
What mails you will get? What kind of mails?
It's server related only. It's already developed, but after we joined in the project, we also use it to get that Nexus emails only, Nexus related.
So it's just maybe you can even upload your Docker images also. Okay, you can your Docker images also there. So as I told, so generally Docker Hub is a third-party website, right? Third-party place. So instead of placing there, you can make it. So maybe Nexus, you can use it as a your registry.
Okay.
That also one reason. We'll use Nexus.
Okay.
Okay. Just a minute, guys. What's the time? 7:24. We'll finish it up, guys. Very good. So one more Tomcat is there, right?
Amar, so you are configuring the Nexus in the maven form.xml, right?
Okay. So different applications will use different ways, guys. You have to find it out. How to integrate with the Jenkins. So inside servers, you have to add this configuration. The credentials of your Nexus, guys. So if you have different credentials, you have to add it. Here, this one should be same as your pom.xml repository name, guys. This one. It should be same. Then only it will identify this repository URL credentials are that one. So make sure that. Okay. So I saved it.
What is this? Where you find this one? Okay, you
This is server.
okay,
This one
slave server.
slave where maven is running. There, this is maven setting file. There I added credentials of Nexus. Again, guys, you no need to remember these things. Simple, but at least you should be able to do that by seeing. Even I got this stuff from Google only. How to integrate with Sonar, maybe Jenkins with Sonar. How to integrate Sonar with this Jenkins. Okay, so it's all things are Google only, guys. Even I did. At least high level overview you need, guys. What to do, what you are doing. It's based on practice on at least 3-4 times you have to spend, guys, for each configuration. Okay, the single shot definitely cannot understand.
I have a confusion here, Amar. So you are configuring the Nexus in the pom.xml in the repository, right? So what's the difference here if you configure the Nexus in the Jenkins in the repository? What makes the difference here?
Just a minute. So here the same thing you can do in two ways. I showed Sonar with Jenkins. I informed to my maven, my slave server. Okay, now Nexus directly I'm doing here. It's nothing different. What so all fine. At the end you have to your job should be able to understand where is Sonar, where is Nexus. Yes or no? So the same thing I can do in both the ways. That is what I'm showing second way now. I showed Sonar in first way, integrating with Jenkins, adding that information to job. Now directly I'm integrating with slave machine itself. Okay, so both are same only. Nothing different. That ways I am showing actually. So as I told you, Nexus also I can upload, I can inform, I can configure, integrate with Jenkins and inform to job. That is also there, but it's your wish. Okay, so you can find again same way, Nexus details, add it here, inform to your job. That is also fine. Nothing confusion. Try to configure at least one time. Definitely you can understand.
Okay, thank you.
build. Now third step, that also by default. So we used to upload manually from here to here, Nexus. Now my Jenkins will do automatically now onwards. If you do something, the developer do something in GitHub, immediately my Jenkins application will connect to my master by using Jenkins user. It will connect, it has a job information. So first step is, I want to run my job on slave, so it will connect to slave machine via SSH. So again, it will, as part of the job, it will pull the Git repository here. The latest code I will get here. CI complete.
Amar, I have
Now,
a question.
yes.
So you gave the third command, right? EMB and deploy. Is that deploy goal is to download the artifact in the Nexus?
Yes, it will upload, not download.
Upload. Yes, sorry. Upload. Yes. Okay.
Right? It will deploy into this Nexus. Deploying is nothing but copying, guys. Okay. Copy also. You can say copy of the code also. So to Nexus, this is the way you can copy. Okay, it should be done. So it's taking time. Yeah, it's completed. So now see, you go to your repository, refresh it. You can see your var file here. Actually, earlier it was different. Maybe. Yes, every time you'll get your var file here with the timestamp. You can upload, you can download this one, guys. You can download, see, by using this URL to anywhere. Whenever this var file required, you no need to rebuild your application again. Simply copy this var file path and you can download into anywhere if required. Let me do some changes to my GitHub. Maybe let me add a fourth step also, that is Tomcat application. So finally, why I am developing web pages? To install website only, right? To make it a website. So this is one of the web page. So let me which means EC2 -user sudo -i. So Tomcat installation on CentOS. Amazon Linux CentOS, same only, guys. I'm setting up
font size
of the web service where I can store, I can build my website. Yes, I heard some voice.
Amar, can you increase the font size, please? Appearance. Thank you. Amar, is there a way to change the font color?
Yes, definitely.
Because we can make to avoid confusion between master and slave.
Yeah, we can change the colors also. That's where I'm giving actually host names. Guys, don't blindly run the commands. First, you should go through the document. I mean, the description is there, right? What is that command? Is it really necessity? And should I change anything, any options here? Those things you should go through, guys. Maybe sometimes you may not understand. Try to build it. Try to go through the document, read it properly. So it's clearly saying optional, but sometimes even you may need this also. Just read it. What is this? Why it is optional? Why should I just leave it? So it's clearly saying that. So somewhere you can find this open and close button for Tomcat user. There add this page. So user information, admin, a password. Okay. Okay, good. Now get that's it. This is just a basic configuration I did, guys. I haven't again done anything related to my Tomcat. Again, there should be so many things to configure in Tomcat configuration file. I'm not doing anything as of now. Your developer, your application team will take care, guys. Don't worry about that. Those settings and all. There will be Tomcat web application setting file. So I'm going with the default one without any changes. Now you should be able to access it. Okay, your Tomcat is ready. Manage app. Username is admin. Password is password as part of the configuration which I added. So here only your developer can see the application. So as of now, I don't have that like my student app, my web page. Okay, so let's do that. So every time here I will get my web application, that WAR file. Here this is Tomcat. So how to copy? You have to find out. There are many ways to copy into Tomcat, guys. One of the ways by connecting via SCP. Okay, you may think again for Nexus also we copied, right? There we didn't do SCP. So why here SCP? There are different application, guys. Again, Nexus, even I don't know in which folder I have to copy. If you know something, some folder name to copy, you can do SSH also, SCP also, there also. But there is a way to connect via that like a URL to upload my file. But here Tomcat, I don't have to upload via URL. So compulsory you should go with the SCP only. So that is what I am doing. First, so again, where is your code, that WAR file, that artifact? This server, slave machine. Again, this is Tomcat server. So via SSH, if you are doing manually, you can put your password here, but you're not doing manually. So there is again, so password based authentication, password-less authentication, both the way I have. So I'm going with password-less authentication from this server to this server. Sorry. /root /workspace, the job and target. This is what you have to copy every time. So same file name, guys. Your file, this file only will be updated with new file. Under, so here there is a file name, folder name called web apps. So this is the folder. In this folder, I have to maintain my data, my web pages. So as of now, see, you don't have any WAR file. So let me do, but again, this web apps is not locally, right? So it is somewhere in a different server. So guys, within the same server, if you want to copy, you can use CP command, but it is out of the server. Between two servers you are copying from one server to another server. See, you cannot by default. Okay, you have to set some passwordless authentication or passwordless authentication. So I am going to do passwordless authentication. The SSH keygen. See guys, two keys are getting generated. See, for this root user. So you got these two keys. RSA keys you got generated. So these keys you can save them in from to where you want to do authentication. Here also same folder /root .sh. So guys, without practice you cannot understand all these things. Even initially I was like you only guys. I did many times. That's where like I came to know what's happening here. So that's it. Now you should be able to do it. See guys, without password, I got my warfare. The same step, copy and paste it to build step. Go to configure. So one routine cycle done. Okay. Now onwards, if you do anything here in your GitHub repository, add file. So here I'm doing directly in GitHub Central Repository. But so in real time, your developer will commit the code from his client, from his laptop or from his development server. He'll commit the code. The remaining steps all one by one it will take care. My Jenkins will take care. So just wait for some time. Your job should be triggered now with all the steps. So daily if we do 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, the same steps will be done guys. You no need to take care. Simply you can ignore. Within no dependency. Now onwards. Your developer, just his work is committing the code. That's it. All taken care by Jenkins.
Amar, I have a doubt. This SonarQube we got passed, right? Quality gate equal to passed. We got in the same page. Yeah, in the middle. So what are the scenarios or cases where it will fail?
That's what. If you don't follow these rules, your job will be failed. So there will be threshold values. That's what. Maybe here he can create his own conditions. Okay, for this project. Maybe conditions. How many bugs allowed? How many vulnerabilities? Maybe it should not. Your code should not have more than 5 bugs.
Can we do that like one or two cases where we are getting failed?
Why you need that? Rule, whether it's passing the rules or not, it's a developer headache. Your responsibility is done. Responsibility is only integration part. Why you need, whether it's passing or failing. If it is failed, your developer will take care. You don't need that. Don't worry about guys. Always, if your job is failing because of sonar means, because of sonar rule, maybe your project failed means it's a developer headache, not your headache. So only you should know that what is quality gate. What is quality gate, guys? So quality gate is a set of rules. Maybe how many bugs allowed, how many vulnerabilities allowed. So based on your project, you will set this. Your developer will set. Okay, it should not cross 5 thresh, maybe 5 bugs. So here's, for example, 7 bugs happen in your latest code, whole code. Now will fail. because I given in my quality gate. By default, you got one quality gate. You can create your own quality gate. That quality gate you can make it default. Okay, your rules will be verified based on that quality gate. So it will check how many bugs there. So 7 bugs there. So your job failed. Example, this is fine. Vulnerability is only 15 allowed. Now 17 it is showing. Your job failed again.
But
If it is
now it's showing passed only.
That's what, because the quality gate doesn't have these rules. I mean, like how many, if you see here, there is no option. How many like bugs allowed, how many vulnerabilities allowed. It's a
So
default, we have, right?
If we go to create and if we create rule, is it easy to make it?
Yeah, so simple, see, rule 1. Now my question is, why you need that? Why you are bothering about that rule? That is my question.
Actually, nowadays, application developer also, the companies are asking to do AWS Jenkins by themselves. So,
Yes, full example.
that's the reason.
Maybe 80%. So when do you want to get alert? So example 60%, just warning, mean your job won't fail. If it is crossing 80%, okay, so error means fail. Invalid value 60% bug metrics. Maybe what value to give?
Only give the value, Amar, instead of symbols.
I'm sorry?
No, only the value. A percentage, maybe it is a.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, good. Yes, yes. So means 70% allowed. Up to 70% means your job won't fail. If you cross 80%, your job will fail. Number of bugs. So see, you can add one more condition. So nothing here and make it default. Here you can click on default. So it will take always this gate, quality gate only. So it's kind of a security gate for your project. How many rules, maybe like how many bugs allowed in your code. So here I'm saying 80% should not pass. If your job 80% failed means, I mean bugs more than 20% means definitely it will be failed. Okay, that is how it works. So simple only, nothing.
Bugs means it's not syntax errors, right? It's internal. It's all internal, right?
Syntax error difference. If syntax error is there, your application cannot be built. It's not a
quality of the code.
I'm sorry?
This is the quality of the code checking, right? SonarQube is
quality check. So example, what is bug means? Example guys, login page should allow only username password. Once you provided username password only, you should be able to log into your server. But some application, so maybe because of bug, directly while providing username itself, you will be allowed to log in without password. Sometimes, very rare cases. Example I'm saying it, that is nothing but bug. Okay, so it's because of some maybe unsecure code, unsecure modules you are using in your maybe code. So those kind of bugs, it is maybe your sonar is validating at initial stage itself. Okay, so that's it. So see guys, your final job, one set is configured. Maybe I'll show mail configuration also. Simple. How to send, how to get a mail alerts. we go to configure system, there will be option called extended mail notification, guys. Here, take any email. So guys, in general, you will give your office outlook. Every project have your own emails, right, guys? So example, in this case, I am taking normal email, Gmail, guys. But real time, you don't use Gmails to send an alerts.
Yeah, company email we will use.
Project email you will give, not even your email. Just a minute, guys. Just a
Yeah,
minute,
Amar.
guys. Yes.
Yeah, we in Dasara we have a classes are there, no? So because
Tomorrow,
of yeah, tomorrow is there, okay, but we don't have a power supply, so that's why we want to go to home, right? So that's why I'm asking. Still now we the water is not here in my apartment, so every day we are using it.
okay. Sunday no class.
Yeah, okay. Because of every day I'm using on mobile only, so that's why I'm very struggle with that.
Sure. Maybe somewhere.
Okay.
Just a minute, guys.
Amar,
Yes.
I have one more doubt. So every time we are creating a Jenkins job, right? So instead of creating Jenkins job, can we automate this Jenkins job? Because every time we have to know the future, and then we have to provide the future, and then we have to configure it, isn't it? So
No, it's
based
one
on
time task. Automating only. You are making. So one time only I'm doing it.
in a project there will be multiple repositories, right? Every
Every job. Yes, every repository you have to create a job.
Okay, we cannot automate. Okay.
Yes.
Vishnu, if you don't mind, I mean, I can jump in and say something here as well. So, can I?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
No, I think when you're trying to automate job creation as well, right? I mean, there is another option to create the jobs using the bots. So that's a different concept. So once you create the job, then everything is going to be automated through the CI/CD pipeline. That's what we are trying to do. The job has to be created manually.
Yeah, you are right. But every time we had to know we are giving the future, right? In the repository, whatever the future or branch we are creating, we are giving that future so that this Jenkins job will pick the code from that future and it will build it. Maven build that. So I want to know whether I can create this job automatically. If I create a new repository, can this be built?
No, it is
New
not
job.
possible.
Yeah, that is what my question it is.
You have to create manual.
Yeah, that is automating the automating process. I think
Yeah.
there are bots that are going to replace very soon.
Maybe guys, can someone maybe what's the time now? I have to leave now. So anyway, so the Gmail it won't take much time. So tomorrow I will show you guys.
No, what are you going to cover tomorrow, Amar? What are the topics that you're going to cover?
Tomorrow same thing. So till now we worked on freestyle, right? So
Right.
tomorrow I will go maven job, mail configuration, then pipeline configuration. Same job with that type.
I see.
Okay. Yeah.
The important thing
How
is
much it costs for
the systems, the servers that you are using right now, they will be terminated. They're not going to be there until tomorrow. What are you going to do then?
Yes. Can anybody create these servers, guys, before tomorrow again? Whatever I did today.
So with the full installation, Amar, that you are expecting, or
No, just configuration I need. Whatever I did, right? So sonar, Nexus, Wave, master, Tomcat, everything. Only for two. Guys, can someone please prepare it by following this today's video?
Yeah, Amar bhai,
Yeah.
if I got a power supply, I can do that, but I can intimate before 1 hour on. Before 1 hour, I can if possible or not, I can say in group discussion.
Yeah. Okay,
Because
then
of
let's
I
see.
don't have.
At least slave mission, keep it ready. Remaining, we'll
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, okay. Because of I don't have a power supply, right? So that's why I'm saying that.
Okay, no problem. At least make it, make sure that
Yeah.
the
Okay.
master. Okay.
Yeah.
So someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also can.
Let's wind up the call for now. Maybe it's already
okay.
two.
Thank
Yeah. Bye.